Fam, what's up? Kyle Henderson, Bama Football on YouTube. I appreciate you guys being here back in Tuscaloosa. All right. Appreciate you guys. Thank you very much for hanging with us. Flew in this morning from Vegas into Birmingham. We'll give you a status update on the pup. Looks like we are trending in the right direction. I appreciate you guys being here. Current score right now in the Reliaquest Bowl, Alabama trying to muster a last-minute comeback against Michigan, currently trailing 19-13. I appreciate you guys. I hope you guys have had, I guess, an enjoyable day, but the game has been absolutely frustrating. All right, so here's a couple of things that we're going to hit on when we do go to our full game broadcast. And a couple of things that we are tracking. So I'm going to show you that as you guys get checked in. I appreciate you guys being here. Kyle Henderson, Bama Football on YouTube. Thank you so much for joining us today. I appreciate you guys for being here and rocking with me all the time. Yeah, so real quick, for the early fam that are in here, I appreciate you guys. This is a status update on the pup. This is Pearl. She had to have a transfusion last night. T, are you on?
I am. I think so.
All right. See, so give them the rundown real quick on the pup.
Yeah. So she went anemic. She had an ulcer, so a stomach bleed, and had to have a transfusion.
Yeah.
Her numbers are doing better today, so we're just kind of Yeah.
So look, Steel City in Birmingham did an amazing job. So we were in Vegas. Then we flew in, visited her this morning. This is a picture from this morning. So she's still there, going to be there probably for another 24 hours. So not completely out of the woods because we're still tracking the kidneys, but thank you for your prayers and support. Honestly, it's I don't share a lot of this, and we'll go, when the game ends, we'll go into our full broadcast. But my father, a lot of people don't know that my father back in 2018 was in the hospital for nearly 200 days. And man, you talk about the power of prayers, and he's able to come out of that. So, I've learned, and I've surrounded myself with people who are prayer warriors. And that's something that, I would like to work on continually within myself, but I appreciate that. So thank you very much. So the vet was Steel City in Birmingham. They did an amazing job. So I appreciate you guys. Look, all right, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I mean, the game has certainly been frustrating. These are a couple things that we'll hit on, but let's watch this final drive of what could be right here as Alabama currently trails Michigan in the Reliaquest Bowl, 19-13. You got 2 minutes to go for Jaylen Milroe. How is his last game at Alabama going to end? Rolling right, looking, throws it out of bounds, and it is going to be 3rd and 5. Man, that I have never seen a more, I guess it was frustrating. I felt at times it was pathetic. That first half, like everything that could go wrong went wrong. To be in a position to beat this team right now is still blowing my mind. So it's 1:53 on the clock. And man, I was crazy. Like, you got to think, like, how prepared are you on the road? I mean, I don't know. We'll dive into it. Let's see how this shakes out. They could still very well win this game. Who knows? 19-13, 3rd and 5. Milroe back to pass. Finds an open wide receiver. That's going to be Jeremy Bernard. Jeremy Bernard's going to get tagged, but gets the first down. Alabama has 2 timeouts as well. Man, right? That first half, he was like, the rain came, and every single time a raindrop fell, there was a turnover. There was a Milroe back to pass. Looks like there was a holding outside, going deep for Ryan Williams. Did he catch that?
I think he got that.
Oh my goodness, that was crazy. Did he catch that?
Was he in bounds?
If they score here, it's a wrap because Michigan has no offense. Oh my goodness. This guy is just crazy, though. Look at this. And Mbakwe made a crazy catch, too, right?
Yeah, he did. I was impressed.
Yeah, he was just each of the guys are out of bounds. Oh, Ryan Williams coming up with a little bit of a limp. Okay. Don't like that. Damn, I can't believe he went out there. That was crazy. All right, 1:37, 2nd and 10. Screen pass. I've never seen it before.
Wow.
Here goes Chad Miller.
Wow.
I have been calling for that play the entire year. All right, they saved it for the final game of the season. Yo, Alabama about to put the bow on this and win the Reliaquest Bowl. This is going to be the most frustrating win in the history of Alabama victories. They pull this off. Yo, I've been calling for that screen pass for forever.
You have, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, where is it? Come with it. All right, 1:15. Bama at the 15. Ryan Williams back on. Milroe to the end zone. Jerry Bernard out of bounds. Oh, man. Oof. I appreciate you guys, man. Yo, this is, the Milroe of two halves. Oh, my goodness. I know you're frustrated. We'll talk about all of it after the game. This is it, though. This is the last ride for 4. Let's see if he can end on a dub, though. 19-13, 106. Alabama at the 15. 3 wide receivers down the left. Milroe looks to Coach Kaylin Dorsey. They got 2 timeouts as well. Probably take a timeout right here. Take a timeout, man. All right, here's Milroe. There's a hell of a hold. Ah! Oh, my God. That was almost intercepted. Oh, my goodness. What the hell was that? They should have called a timeout there. Oh, man. You see this cup? Lisa Luck. Oh, my goodness. That was weird. Oh, man. This is stressful. Daniel, hit the Wi-Fi, man, and just go all phone. Michigan on its feet. 19-13. Kaylin Dorsey. Alabama, 3rd and 10. Milroe back to pass. Here comes the heat. Milroe with a wobbler. Damn. It's a 4th down and 10. 56 seconds left. Kaylin Dorsey calls a timeout. His team needs a little bit more ice cream. Here we go. Man, the Nick Sheridan, yo, the only play that I like so far that he called was that damn screenplay. We've been calling it. You have 2 timeouts, and you're not utilizing them, man. You should have called a timeout just before that other pass. All right, so 56 seconds. Let's see what happens. Alabama looking to the line. Man, call a timeout. Oh, my goodness. Call a timeout. God. You'll have to coach this game from the studio in Tuscaloosa? Oh, my goodness. Jeez. Man. All right. So here we stand, 19-13. I appreciate you guys being here. We will go over what we learned after this game. I appreciate you guys being here. Oh, my goodness. 19-13. Games on ESPN. Watch it over there. Then come back to watch it with the post game right here on Bama Football on YouTube. I appreciate you guys being here. Yeah, we got in this morning. I think we touched down into Birmingham at like, I don't know, 7 a.m. Right, T? What was that? Something like that?
I think we finally got in around 9.
What time? We went to DFW.
Yeah.
You ever
we
been
got there
to
at like
DFW?
4 a.m.
It's like, it's not Love Field. DFW it's got like 5 different concourses, trains, all sorts of stuff. T, where did I take a rest this morning?
The McDonald's booth.
Yeah, the McDonald's booth, man. It's just sleeping at the booth. But I slept like a baby over there.
You slept like an hour.
All right. All right, here we go. 19-13, 56 seconds left. For the season, for the game. This is it. Kim Milroe throw. He's going to scramble. He's got someone coming. He throws it. It's incomplete. Oh, my goodness. That is Milroe's last throw at the University of Alabama. Oh, my goodness. That's what they came up with? That is what you're going to do, Kaylin Dorsey? Man. Yo, Kaylin Dorsey. Oh, my goodness, man. You lost to Michigan. You lost to another unranked team, bro. Oh, my goodness. All right, post-game show. Oh, my goodness. Unbelievable, man. Dorsey, man. I'm telling you, I'm probably going to be the only one talking about Dorsey, man. But I'm telling you, this guy, he will have his team go to the zoo, go to roller coasters. This is your coach. 4 losses on the season. Oh, my goodness. You just lost to Michigan. Sad, man. This is Jalen Milroe's last throw, man. If I'm Ty Simpson, I'm getting the hell out of here. Ugh, man. Oh, my goodness. You lost to Michigan. All right, T, can we get that out? All right, okay. That's another loss to an unranked team under Coach Kaylin DeBoer. My goodness, man. That is a terrible way to end this season. Kaylin DeBoer, first season at Alabama, 9-4. Now, I want everybody coming in here and saying, it's just his first season. No, man, this guy lost to 3 unranked teams. 3 times this season, he had this team unprepared. And you know where it starts? It starts with Coach Kaylin DeBoer. Look, Kaylin DeBoer, they should be coming after you because you know what? You had the opportunity in this game to show that you were the alpha male of this team, and you weren't, and you were not. Guess what, man? You let Jalen Milroe run this team 100%. You had an opportunity to have another quarterback go into this game. Everybody was screaming for you to do it, and you didn't do it. Adam, I'm not wrong, man. Kaylin DeBoer didn't have this team prepared again against another unranked team. Where is Alabama going to finish out in the season, man? What do they rank right now? What is Alabama's ranking? I know it doesn't matter. This is a glorified exhibition game. This is it, man. You didn't beat Michigan. How many of you are honestly going to come and defend Coach Kaylin DeBoer? And we're already off the Milroe train. Yeah, I had receipts, man. I was on the Milroe train for a long time. I jumped off. I thought there would be another point in time where you had another quarterback operate this offense. You didn't. You lost to unranked Michigan. Man, absolutely disheartening, man. This is a gut-wrenching loss. Gut-wrenching, man. And you know what? Coach Kaylin DeBoer, after this game, I promise you, he's going to come to the podium and be like, well, it was okay. You know, I'm proud of the guys, the way they played. I'm proud of the way Jalen Milroe played. I'm proud of the way. No, man, you didn't. He will not take accountability and say that this is what you need to say, coach. All right. You need to say, I failed to have this team prepared for a bowl game. I failed to have this team prepared 3 times against 3 unranked teams. I failed, but I can do better next year. Coach, why didn't you take Jalen Milroe out of the game? Because Ty Simpson clearly isn't a guy that can operate my offense. How do you think Ty Simpson feels? Go read all your social media sites. How many of you inside the comment box at one time were asking for another quarterback to come in and operate this offense? He didn't do it. Why did he stick with Milroe this entire game? Man, look, I get it. The guy can make incredible plays. The second half performance that they had, right before half, how are you going to stop that? The long run, the nice throw? Man, absolutely pathetic. This is a really, dude, honestly, Alex, I think you're right, man. I think he was tied contractually to have to start, to have to play. I think that was one of the things that in his re-signing of this year, I don't know if this is true, but why couldn't Coach Kaylin DeBoer take out Jalen Milroe this game? Why? Just tell me. I don't understand it, man. So here we are, another loss. And I told you this. This game right here hurts the brand. This game hurts the brand. Michigan was unranked. Vanderbilt was unranked, right? Oklahoma was unranked. Nobody fears Alabama anymore, and it's because of Coach Kaylin DeBoer. It's embarrassing, man. It is absolutely embarrassing. I don't care. And for everybody that's like, oh, this is his first year. No, man. Like, you had the talent, but you didn't play the right players. And you could go on a million different ways talking about the play calling, this, that. Number one as well, Alabama has no offensive line. Their right tackle, oh my goodness, they were right. Wilcom Formby go in. Elijah Pritchett go in. Flip-flops. Geno Vandermark go in. Man, yo, I'm telling you, this team, and I guess why I'm hopeful for next year, I guess is because another quarterback can operate the offense and you have all these wide receivers coming in. But I still don't feel that Coach Kaylin DeBoer is going to operate in the SEC like these other coaches, like a Kirby Smart, like a Josh Heupel. I don't. I really don't. It's disappointing. It's frustrating to watch Alabama football have all this time to get ready to beat Michigan. Michigan's pathetic. You know what? Before we left Vegas last night, I looked on the board. There was Alabama, the line. The line started out 11 and a half. Guess what it was when we left last night? 15. 15. The line was 15, and you lose again on national TV. This hurts your brand, bro. This hurts your brand. Dallas, bro, look, this is the standard here at Alabama. The standard here is national championships. The standard here is playoffs. The standard here is perfection. This is not perfection, right? This isn't. This isn't what Alabama football should be. It's not, man. And it's so sad that Coach Kaylin Dorsey didn't have the stones to take out Jalen Milroe. He didn't. Yo, Teed, who's never played a down of football in her life, is like, look, there's wide open Jeremy Bernard. Man, it's crazy to me that this man lost 4 games this season, 3 of them to unranked teams. Absolutely pathetic. Pathetic, man. Should this team have made the playoffs? Hell no. Hell no. Were they better than SMU? Yeah, I do think they're better than SMU. Man, but Milroe, oh my goodness. All right, let's talk about this dude, bro. All right, so look, this guy, his draft stock, why did, and by the way, thanks for the prayers of my pup. All right, she's doing all right. All right, so this is the thing I don't understand, okay? Let's talk Jalen Milroe here for a second. Draft stock? Why did he play this game? Oh my God. Look, we would have all hated on him if he would have opted out, but Mel Kiper before this game had him as a top 5 quarterback. The quarterbacks in this class are absolutely terrible. Look, I wouldn't say that, but I guess like Shedeur, he had a tough time against BYU. I get it. His offensive line isn't good. I do like Sanders. Cam Ward, he'll be good in the NFL. But Milroe is like the 3rd guy off the board. All right, maybe Mel Kiper's crazy. I don't know. But think about this. He played in this game right here. Think about it. If you put on your little NFL hat, do you want Jalen Milroe on your team? Dude, is the guy a really nice person and great for your brand? Yeah, dude, he's a nice person. But I'm talking about the NFL don't play, bro. They don't play. Like, you don't perform, you get your ass benched. Period. Look at your team. Do you want, let me ask you, inside the comment box, do you want Milroe to lead your team in the NFL? Yes or no? Sound off right now. Sound off. Yo, man, there was Alabama football team, like fans begging, whether it was massive Facebook pages, like fans saying, take Milroe out, give somebody another opportunity. But he didn't do it. So, man, you know what's going to be disappointing too? And I'll upload it later, man, is Coach Kaylin Dorsey. He's not going to take accountability. That's the thing. Like, the only coach that you know what? The coach that showed the most accountability this year was the Wisconsin coach. When he came out and he was like, you know what happened to us after this game? We got our ass kicked. And that was an ass kicking. This was an embarrassment. This wasn't an ass kicking. This was an embarrassment because you didn't have your team prepared. You didn't have your team prepared on offense, on defense. I did like Ryan Williams returning that punt. And damn, like that young man made a play on the other side of the field where he caught it. It was out of bounds. You could tell Ryan Williams was frustrated. Get this. All right. Now, guess what we're going to talk about? Okay. Guess what we're going to talk about? The transfer portal for 5 more days. All right. The transfer portal. Like, when you look at the stats of this game, I was going to bring up game balls. I don't know who the game playoffs. Talking about playoffs. All right, look at this, okay? 12 of 20. I don't even think these are the final stats, but 12 of 20 for 143. Look at your leading rushers, bro. Rico Scott. By the way, he looked fast. Rico Scott, Jam Miller. Why were they running it? Oh, my goodness. Nick Sheridan, bro. Jeez. Oh, man. David Jones, bro. Are you I can't believe that you're satisfied with this, bro. That's sad to me, man. This team is pathetic, bro. The brand, your Alabama brand, is slipping. Like, you're watching Rome burn, dude. This is sad. Coach Kaylin DeBoer is responsible for this. Are we spoiled? Yeah, hell yeah, we're spoiled. This isn't the standard. You just lost to Michigan, an unranked team. You know who you're going to hear from now? David Portnoy is going to go from Barstool Sports, and he's going to rate a pizza higher than Alabama football team. Seriously, he's going to be like, this pizza is better than the brand of Alabama football. Period. No, man, I jumped off the Milrow train, bro. It was hard to do for me because I like to do, but when I finally jumped off, I started to see the light. It took me a while, man, but I had to jump out. You know what? We could go and look at his final stats. I think he threw like what? He finally threw a touchdown pass, which was crazy, which came to Robbie Oots. Love me some Robbie Oots. Brian's saying, so look, okay, Milrow, okay, does anybody think that he comes back? There's zero chance that he comes back. Does someone think that he's going to transfer?
Well,
all right, let's talk about the defense a little bit because there was a couple bright spots on the defense. All right, Jahad Campbell, one of my favorite players on the defensive side, did a good job. Unfortunately, went out with the injury. You know who balled out? List your defensive MVP if you had one inside the comment box. You know who stood out to me, or somebody that stood out on the defensive side? Yo, this James Smith. Yo, this dude's a bad man. James Smith, this guy can do it, 100%. I'm excited about him. And I like the way, oh, God, you know who got absolutely stiff-armed into the ground was Jeremiah Alexander. Did you see that running back from Michigan grab his face and just shove it into the ground? Yo, James Smith is a bad dude. I saw some Keon Keeley, too. What are they saying to you?
Tim and James Smith.
Yo, those guys are good. So you're going to lose Tim Smith, but you're going to bring back James Smith. No relation for those guys, but you do bring him back. Zabian Brown got an interception as well. Zay Mincy, I think, held his own. Now, the one thing about the defense and going against Michigan's offense, Michigan didn't have a quarterback. They didn't have a quarterback, 100%. They put in, their backup quarterback after James Smith or whoever fell on the other guy. But yeah, they didn't have a quarterback. Alabama played a lot of teams this year that didn't have quarterbacks. So I think game ball, absolutely. If I look to this team, you go with James Smith. How'd you guys feel at the end of I wanted to point out, okay, right here, if you could see this, the time of possession, that was the method to beat Alabama this season. If you could control the clock against Alabama, you could beat this team. I think Michigan probably ended closer to 40 minutes, and it's kind of reminiscent of the 42 minutes that Vanderbilt held the football against Alabama. We got Mr. Kool-Aid Marker with a Roll Pride, man, with a $10 spot, man. We appreciate the super chat, bro. Thanks for being here. But I think that was kind of the method to beat Alabama, was to hold the time of possession. T, do you have a picture of Milrow for me? All right, so 9-4 in his first season at Alabama. Just really disappointing to see Coach Kaylin DeBoer. And I think kind of going forward, I think this was an opportunity. All right, hear me out. Back on Coach Kaylin DeBoer. This was an opportunity, and could we get next year's schedule in there too? I want to look at two things. Number one, I want to look at the schedule, but two things. I feel like this was an opportunity to end this year on a bright spot. You ended it on a wet spot. Okay, did you hear what I said? You had a chance to end on a bright spot. You ended it on a wet spot. And that's sad because you lose momentum. The brand loses momentum. Yeah, I know you got the number 2 recruiting class and all this stuff and everything's going to be fine. I don't know if it's going to be fine because next year, I hate to tell you, but the schedule's harder. You're going to have a better quarterback and healthy wide receivers, which is good. You probably are going to get a right tackle at some point in time, right? Oh, man. Yo, poor Elijah Pritchett, man. The best thing that he did in this game was recover that fumble. But the schedule next year is tougher. Road games against Georgia, South Carolina. Man, I don't even know if you make the playoffs next year. And it was an opportunity for Coach Kaylin DeBoer to end with momentum, and he didn't do that. And I'm curious to see about what happens throughout these next 5 days with players hitting the transfer portal from Alabama. Because I honestly, I have to ask you, like players, was there division within the locker room? Did Milrow control this team behind the scenes? Is Kaylin DeBoer, and look, I know this is probably going to piss a lot of people off, but I have to ask about it, okay? Was he being kind of puppeteered by the players and by Greg Byrne, right? Like Jaylen Mbakwe just wanted to play offense. So he's like, yeah, it fits on offense. Yo, the guy didn't even they threw the ball one time to him. You think that Jaylen Mbakwe is really going to outperform Rico Scott next year? I'm not hating on Jaylen Mbakwe. It's just like, yo, you might be better suited for the defensive side or at the Husky position. But whatever the players want, I think Coach Kaylin DeBoer is going to do whatever he wants to do to make the players happy. I think Coach Kaylin DeBoer wants to make the players happy. And that's not going to make the fans happy because you're not going to lose. You're not going to win the games that you're accustomed to winning at Alabama. Rico Scott, by the way, that's number 11. He ran the football really nice tonight for like 21 yards or something like that. And you have a bunch of wide receivers coming back. How are you going to keep them all fed? I have no idea. But that's why you didn't get KC Concepcion, right? Is because you got Jaylen Mbakwe. Now, you do get Isaiah Horton. So, I don't know, man. Let me ask you this. And I think Coach Kaylin DeBoer's approval rating goes way down right now. I know there's still a small percentage. It's like, it's his first year. Don't be too hard on him. No, man. Like, no, I'm not going to accept to go easy on Coach Kaylin DeBoer. He had all this time to prepare to beat Michigan. He lost again. 3 unranked losses. Coach Saban, I think he lost one time to an unranked team. One time. Don't go to the zoo. All right. Let me ask you this. Approval rating for Coach Kaylin DeBoer. 10, you're like still all in. 8, you're like, okay, I this is 1 year. I want to see more data points. 6, you're like, damn it. This isn't it. 4, you're like, what are the ratings, T?
It's pretty mixed. I'd say the average is a 5.
Mine's like I see some 6. And look, it's when you zoom out and you look to things that are positive, you look to the recruiting class, you got Keelan Russell coming in. I mean, the guy's balling out in the Under Armour game, right? But man, like I think from the brand and the way that people view Alabama now is what's scary, because now they're gonna be like, we don't fear Alabama. What Alabama is no longer like at the top of the pinnacle. Damn. And it's just, that's frustrating. It's frustrating to me to see this program, which this is my livelihood too. Because now it's like this Alabama team, the Reliaquest Bowl, they lost the Reliaquest Bowl. Frustrating, man. I don't even know. I mean, you look back at the way that this game started. I was going to put some other things on the board, but the first half turnovers were absolutely crazy. I would have thought at that point where you had more turnovers than yards that you would have went to a different quarterback, right? T, let's read some of these super chats out. I don't know why he didn't do that. I felt that was an opportunity to basically be like, look, things are not working under Jalen Milroe. I get it. There was a lot of rain and stuff like that. That could have been a perfect passing of the torch, or at least put in Ty Simpson to at least get some repetitions and see what could happen. Maybe that spurred a little bit of momentum. I don't know. Thank goodness they had a little bit of a second quarter spur to make it a little bit closer at halftime. T, can you read some super chats?
Yeah, Alex is saying Nick Sheridan needs to get the hell out. Professionally certified hater is saying Milroe is the worst quarterback Alabama has ever seen.
Oh man.
Give me a second to find some more.
Yeah, I think if you just click up at the top, T, it can probably, or hell, you know what? This guy finally came to play with the 51-yard kick. Damn, that was impressive.
Tay is saying Milroe played much better under Saban, which is kind of a valid point.
I don't know about that. I don't know if he like. Well,
William says Milroe is whack.
And then you also kind of start to point the finger at the offensive coordinator too. All right, so we did Coach Kaylin DeBoer in terms of his approval rating. What about Nick Sheridan, the offensive coordinator, the first-year offensive coordinator that's here? I know it. I feel that there's other sites and other YouTube channels who do a great job, but I feel a lot of times they try to like walk you off the ledge and tell you that like everything's going to be okay. How do we know this? Nick Sheridan to me seems kind of arrogant. Okay. He seems like he's like, came from the NFL and no, like, dude, you hadn't done anything. You were the tight ends coach at Washington. And from what we saw you do over here, there was some good stuff. I love the screenplay. I've been calling for that all season long. I run it when I play this silly video game and it works every single time. But I don't know. Like, I want to play in this offense next year because of Keelan Russell. And I don't know. Is Ty Simpson really going to be the guy? I have no idea. Killtack saying other than Vandy, all the losses are Milroe. Yeah, because and look, Milroe played well against Vanderbilt. He had nothing to do. There was a tipped pass, and Vanderbilt made an interception, but he played well in that game. The other losses, played terrible against Tennessee. That's when they were trying to hit Ryan Williams' quota, right? When they passed him like 20 sometimes. Played terrible against Oklahoma, and today played his worst performance. Followed up by a couple. He did make a couple throws. I mean, like all college quarterbacks going to make, but all right. So Nick Sheridan, what was looks like 0 on him. What about Kane Womack? Where do we finish on Kane Womack? And so now what we're watching for, fam, when you're out there, you're watching for NFL. Can you imagine like tonight if Jalen Milroe is like, I'm going in the NFL? Be like, oh shit. Don't announce it tonight. Let this die down for a while. Shit is super hot. Can you imagine, T? What he says? I'm coming out.
Yeah, for real. Everyone's like, bye.
You know who says it is Jahad Campbell. Jahad Campbell. If I'm Jahad Campbell, I'm leaving right now. I'm like, I'm typing out something. Thank you, Alabama. I'm going to ChatGPT to thank Alabama fans, and I'm thanking somebody else. Did you? But I think that we got another super chat in here, T, from a professional certified hater. You see it coming up?
Oh, it's going so fast. I'm sorry.
All right, Jeremy Bernard. Let's see. I think if you click it right here.
Yeah. Okay.
Jeremy Bernard. You got it, T?
Jeremy Bernard was literally open the entire game, and Milroe didn't throw to him because he can't read a linebacker dropping onto coverage. Embarrassing.
Yeah, I mean, there was a lot of embarrassing points. All right, did we finish out on Kane Womack? What was Kane? Yeah. Between like a 7 and 8. 7 and 8. All right, there's another super chat that they want us to read.
Coaches are built for this.
All right, read it one more time, T.
CFB licked their chops when Saban retired. I don't believe any of these coaches are built for this scripted A.
All right, and then we got Roman Circus. He says Sheridan has to go. Someone has to be responsible for developing the quarterback position. Whoever that person is currently has no ability to do so. And that was a big thing when look, one of the early parts of Rome starting to fall was when Steve Sarkisian took when he left, and then you had AJ Milwee when he left with him, and you kind of had, and then Alex Mortensen when he left as well. Those were the quarterback developers. And then after that, you start to look to how Alabama's offensive coordinators and their quarterback developers, who are those guys, right? So you have like Bill O'Brien, then you had Tommy Rees, and now you have Nick Sheridan, all these guys with completely different schematics in terms of how they run an offense, but also how they work with the quarterback. And I think that the quarterback position here at the University of Alabama certainly went backwards. Now it's Coach Kaylin DeBoer's job to fix that, being that you have the number one most talented quarterback in the entire universe coming to Alabama in Keelan Russell, who I think is going to battle for this spot. I mean, you know what? Let me ask you this. Let me honestly, please, let me ask you this. Do you feel that Ty Simpson is going to be the starter next year? And if you do, why didn't he play today? Do you think it's because A, Milroe runs the show? Do you think B, it's because he just wants to really be the coach here? Or do you think C is because he's not talented enough? That's kind of what I'm starting to think. If the guy, look, because Coach Kaylin DeBoer's job as a head football coach is to win football games. And by winning football games, you put the best player at that position, right? 100%. So why in a game like this, it was your perfect opportunity. Everybody out there in social media world was tweeting pictures of Ty Simpson, and he doesn't play him. So it's like, why not? What was the thing? Like, is he not good enough to play here? Just tell us. I don't know, man. Maybe he's not. And look, he seems like a great kid. But the small times when he's coming, I'm serious. Don't get pissed. Have you ever been like, damn, that's him, man. I can't wait. You're like, okay, let's see what he can do. And then he barely gets in. I don't know. Austin Mack, still in development. Keelan Russell, looks like that guy has a lot of swag, throws a good deep ball, moves around well in the pocket. But I'm telling you this, if you do not get a right tackle, and Jaden Roberts is not healthy, and Geno Vandermark, I don't know, he's not good. Yo, this team, this quarterback's going to be demolished. Milroe could take a beating. 100%. These other quarterbacks, they can't. All right, the offensive line is a big fat What's the offensive line? We got some other super chats up in here.
Yeah, right. Professionally certified hater is saying fans realize how bad of a loss this is. We just lost to a team that turned off vertical passing. Mason Graham and Will Johnson didn't even play. So
I would have never thought that this team. I remember, go back and watch my show when I was in Vegas. I was blah 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 blah. They're gonna beat the crap out of, because I felt Coach Kaylin Dorsey would have this team locked in, zero, like lasered in after the zoo and the roller coasters to be able to like mentally prep for to beat this team. You have better players on this team, man. Tay saying numbers don't lie. Milrose 23 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, 531 on the ground last year, 15 touchdowns, 10 interceptions, 723 on the ground this year. Man, that's a hell of a stat right there. Yeah, and you look to who was running. Does that mean that Tommy Reese was better? Does that mean that Milroe regressed? Maybe it means the same thing, right? Because it seems to me that Milroe started to go downhill probably around like after that Vanderbilt game. There was that long stretch where he threw 3 touchdowns and like 9 interceptions or something like that. He finally threw a touchdown today. When was this when was the last time he threw a touchdown before this? All right.
October.
Major Wilkie, what's up, man? Yeah, Ryan Williams stays 100% because of this. Ryan Williams is getting paid like the ultimate highest level. He's getting paid for not only the NIL opportunities that he's created, but the university as well. So yeah, he's what I call the franchise player. And that's what Milroe was. Milroe was somehow, because I'm gonna tell you this, and this is gonna make probably the university mad, and I'm probably gonna hear from this. But I feel that with the university and this whole length thing, when they came together and we're like, let's do this together, that backfired because they couldn't take Milroe out because Ty Simpson is not a length guy. You get what I'm saying? That's why I think that was a big issue with it. So, man, it was disappointing. I thought this was the one time that you could really start another quarterback. You didn't do it. And honestly, I feel that Coach Kaylin Dorsey failed to have this team prepared. And I think it is disappointing for the fans who care so much about Alabama's overall brand. I appreciate the super chat. Jake up in here saying, Michigan fan, we did the same shit to Ohio State. Yo, the thing about it was the game plan is simple when you played Alabama this season. Play time of possession. And play time of possession and you can beat this team. The crazy thing is this team didn't even have a quarterback, right? Michigan fan? You guys literally, like, were you shocked that you beat Alabama without a quarterback? Right? Quincy up in the chat, man. I'm sorry. I got you a super chat right here. Kyle, I've been telling you all season and been right all season. Now, does everyone still think they are a playoff team? Everybody talked about SMU in Indiana. Yeah, I mean, I guess you lump Alabama right in with those teams being a pretender. And I think when we kind of go back on this season, and you know what's really sad about this season? Is because I really felt that first half against Georgia, that was in this team. And that was just a mirage, right? That was a mirage. That was a figment of our imagination and never got back to that point in time. And I think that's on the coaches. I think that, they failed to get the best out of this team. They failed to put the best players in the position to win games. And ultimately, you lose 4 games. Next year, I think, T, did we get the schedule on one of these little graphics? All right, the last one. All right. Here's the season next year. All right. And I'm telling you, I honestly feel that this schedule is harder than this past schedule. Look at this. Look at this. Honestly, just give me like real quick. Shoot from the hip. What do you think Alabama's record will be? Or if you could say, how many games they win, they lose. SEC fan, what's up, man? I appreciate you being here. North Alabama Storm Chase, 4-8, or 5-7, 8-4. I know it's so hot right now that you're probably saying, But look, okay, Florida State, you win that game. They got Castellanos coming in. You got Gus Malzahn. You'll beat Florida State. That's the easy one. General Booty's gone from Louisiana Monroe. You win that game. You come down. Luke Fickell comes, gets his another beating. Okay, 3-0. You go on the road to Georgia. I have no idea. The crazy thing is, I wouldn't be surprised if they somehow beat Georgia. Alabama just has a way to beat Georgia. I know it's weird, but it happens. Georgia fans they have amnesia. Georgia fans think they won this season. Seriously, it's the weirdest shit I've ever seen. They honestly think that they will beat Alabama every single time they play. Alabama's won the last 9 out of 10 times against Georgia. It is really weird. Vanderbilt, you got to deal with Diego Pavia coming back, right? He'll be 25 years old. You take on Missouri. They got a new quarterback as well. Tennessee, they'll be tough. But the good thing is you have that Bryant-Denny Stadium. They've actually beat Alabama the last 2 out of 3 times. I think you beat them. That South Carolina game is scary. But who knows how, sometimes you go back into the season. How are teams going to be healthy? Lenore Sellers, what's the score on that game anyways, the South Carolina game? Are they playing right now?
Game.
All right, say that again, T.
Dave is asking when the portal closes and how many leave because of this abomination.
Oh, yeah. That's what I was thinking about, too. Let me finish my thought out on this schedule. So, well, first of all, all right. So the portal stays open for 5 more days. So players can put in their paperwork now. So I would say, let's just say January 6th for Alabama. So if players weren't happy today with their playing time or don't see, where the brand is or whatever, they're not happy with Coach Kaylin DeBoer, they can leave now up till for like 5 more days. Okay. Yeah, I know it's crazy. So that is with the portal. Now back to which players will hit the portal. I have no idea. If I was a player, I would like to see what Coach Kaylin DeBoer can do in year 2. It's early. I would be I have a heart to heart with him. Be like, where do you see me on this team? What's kind of the vision? I think a lot of it was really controlled by Milroe. People are going to get mad about it, but I think it was. All right. LSU, you deal with Garrett Nussmeier coming back again. He was kind of underwhelming when Alabama played them this past season, but I think he's a pretty good quarterback. Then you take on Oklahoma. Oklahoma just got the best quarterback in the transfer portal, the Meek kid, right? And then you got Eastern Illinois and you got Auburn on the road taking on Jackson Arnold. I have no idea how many games you win or lose, but I don't think you go undefeated on this game, on this season. And the problem is as we've said 5 million different times, this will be a good football team. Of course, it's always a good football team. Is it a playoff football team? I don't know. Probably not, because the way that the playoffs are designed, they don't take the best 12 teams, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. They take, we got to make UNLV happy, right? From the group of 5. We got to make the Big 12 happy. We got to make the ACC happy, right? So the playoffs are all messed up. It's not, it's disappointing. Let me ask you this. Okay. I have to ask the hard questions because nobody's going to. You think they might ask him some tough questions today in the press conference? Maybe not. I don't know. Right. Let me ask you inside the comment box. I'm Coach Kaylin DeBoer. What would you ask Coach Kaylin DeBoer inside the comment box? What would be your question to Coach Kaylin DeBoer? And I'll tell you how he'll answer it. Why didn't you start Ty Simpson? Oh, I like this one from Charlie. T, read them out. Here's Charlie.
So Brad saying, can you wear larger shirts?
You know what? I do like that hoodie that he wears. I think it would be better crimson, but he dresses more like an NFL coach. I'm not mad about it. Someone is like, what the F are you doing? Right?
Yeah.
Why not Ty? That's the biggest thing. Was there ever a thought process to put Ty Simpson in the game after Jaylen Milroe, was struggling early on in this game? No, I thought Jaylen Milroe puts us in the best position. And considering that this is his last game, I wanted to make sure that he was happy. And I wanted to make sure that the team was happy. And I put the team's happiness above our chances to win the game.
Yep.
All right. Why do you, Josh is like, why do you hate us?
What are your thoughts on the OC play calling?
I thought Nick Sheridan did a really good job. I'm pretending to be different. I thought he did a really good job. I've been really impressed with Nick Sheridan.
He's a good boy.
Growth this year. I think he's a good boy. I think that screen call, it was a tremendous step forward in his development.
Why is it so hard to get the players hyped for these games?
Because they're already paid. let me ask you this. Those of you who are out on salary, and don't lie to me, if you're out on salary, yo, you know you're comfortable.
Is Milroe coaching or are you coaching?
Ooh, I love that. Yo, but once you get put on salary, man, you get soft. The best way to do this is to pay these guys based on like incentivize, right?
Yep.
Oh man, God, that was terrible. I'm sorry you guys had to watch it. I'm sorry I had to watch that. We watched the first half from Burger King in Birmingham.
Yeah.
And man, that was, and then we came up here for I watched the entire game. How much money for your buyout, man? It's crazy, man. And you know what? These guys, they're not going to, like, Greg Byrne would never throw him under the bus, but yay, Alabama. This is what they'll say. Hey, if you want us to beat Michigan next year, you gotta donate to Yay, Alabama. We want to be better, so please go to Yay, Alabama. Come on. It's coaching, bro.
If Milroe wants to come back, is he your starter?
I bet you if Milroe came back, he'd start him.
Yeah.
Yep. I bet you he would.
Do you regret coming to Alabama?
All right. Hey, T, there's a quote that we could get in.
Okay.
From all right. Coach Kaylin Dorsey, all right, was asked just recently about this whole why he didn't pull Jaylen. He said this: I saw a fighter, the fight in his eyes. As long as I see that, I want to hang in there with the guys that this program means a lot to. Oh my God, bro. Did you hear what he said? All right, let me see. Let me ask you. Okay, Kaylin Dorsey on why he didn't pull a struggling Jalen Milroe. This is what he said. T, let me know when you have this quote. I saw a fighter, the fight in his eyes. As long as I see that, I want to hang in there with the guys this program means a lot to. Yo, are you kidding me? I'd be like, man, look, I love your competitive spirit, bro. Honestly, like you got it, bro. Staying here, showing up in the gym at 3 a.m. I respect that. I respect the amount of work that you have put into yourself, to the program. But we need to win this football game, because if we don't, I'm going to get my ass fired. Right? So, T, can you read this out? So, Kaylin Dorsey was just asked why he didn't pull Jalen Milroe. One more time. T, take it away.
So he said, I saw a fighter, the fight in his eyes. As long as I see that, I want to hang in there with the guys that this program means a lot to.
I've never coached a college team or an NFL team, but your job is not to play the players that the program means something to. Your job is to play the best player for the job. That's crazy. That's a really, I don't like that. I think there's one thing you're like, hey, bro, I respect everything you've done here, but you are not the person for the job. And my job is to put the best quarterback in. I don't know. You know what? Reading between the lines, I'm scared. I was scared to bench him. I was scared because, the team likes him more than they like me. What a poor answer, bro. Is someone writing these quotes? Or does he just come up with it? Yeah. You know what? I just wish he would have been like, yo, because I made it. I'm overwhelmed. Yeah. No, man, he should have pulled him. But he didn't. And, hopefully he learns from that. And he's got some really good quarterbacks to work with. Keelan Russell is an absolute baller. And it's his job to play. But think about this. You know what? Before we move on to another quote, T. Think about this. Think about this quote right here. Before I move off this quote. You know what's scary about this? Ty Simpson, what he said? He said that he wants to be the coach here. Okay. That means that the program means the most to him out of anybody. So does that mean that Kaylin DeBoer, because the program means a lot to him, that he's going to start him over Keelan Russell. You see what I'm saying? That's crazy to think about. That's what's concerning. Big Chevy's not sold on Ty. Oh, yeah, dude. The offensive line, Jamie Gunter, what's up, man? I appreciate you being here. Yeah, the offensive line, absolutely not it. 100%. Oh, man. Whew. What a terrible, terrible display. I didn't think that they would lose to Michigan. That sucks. Davis is like straight up, Ty sucks. Maca or Russell. Yeah, I don't think you have to be like Coach Saban at all either, man. Like, I'm with you. Whoever said that in the comment box, I don't think you had to be like Saban, but I think it's your responsibility to play the best players regardless. But see, I think what's happening is if you don't play the players that control the locker room, other players get mad and they want to bounce out. And you can't coach hard. You can't make hard decisions, in my opinion, anymore without players getting pissed off. But you got to do something, man. You got to show that you have a backbone because, look, I don't know Coach Kaylin DeBoer. I don't. Never had this. I've asked to interview him a million different times, always dodging interviews. I feel that he's got to show, but this is me from the outside. I do not think that he has a backbone. I don't. The way I see him as soft. And I think that that's the rest of the world of college football. You know who's not soft? Is Kirby Smart. Kirby Smart called one of his players an idiot this year. An idiot. I think he's soft. Josh Heupel, Lane Kiffin, these guys, Lane Kiffin calls out the NCAA, calls out Feinbaum, calls out, like, he calls people out. He ain't scared, man. Steve Sarkisian, nah, man, he ain't scared either. But this guy, until, and this could change. Like, all you got to say one time is, like, put your foot in the ground and be like, no, man, if you don't want to be a part of this program, I am the alpha of this world. I will choose the best players. I will run the program. And if you don't want to be here, then get the F out, man. This is my program. Because Coach Saban, he wasn't soft. Coach Saban, he's still not soft. Coach Saban, he just went after this comedian for you know what I'm saying? You saw this on TV. Coach Saban ain't soft. He's still not soft. So, very, very disappointing, man. And here at Alabama, bro, the one thing that I've learned from living here, I got a lot of friends here from Alabama, and a lot of them are, I don't, you know what? I'm going to tell you something. People here in Alabama, they're not soft. They're not, I'm serious. They're not soft, bro. Like, the people here, they got it in them, man. That's why they want, and that's why they respect Coach Saban. Oh, man, crazy. T, do we have another one ready? All right. Do I go left or right? Last slide. All right, T, go ahead and read this out.
So he also said the guys played their hearts out. He's never going to question their competitiveness.
Huh.
So that was
it seemed to me like these guys wanted to compete, right? I mean, I'm not in the locker room or anything like that, but I saw those guys. I think these guys wanted to win. I don't think they were put in the right position to win the game, but I do feel that, they do have a competitive spirit about them. I mean, look at the way that Ryan Williams went up for that ball. Jaylen M came up with a good catch. There's a couple guys on defense that I thought played really well. As I said earlier, James Smith, man, that guy had his breakthrough game. Xavier Brown came up with another interception. I think the competitive spirit for these guys is right on point. Zay Mincy's good at safety, by the way. Yeah, you're right, man. Lamondo, I appreciate you being here. Zay Mincy's good, really good. I'm excited about him. NGB's like, Bama sucks. Hard to disagree with you, man. Jaylen Mbakwe got one target and no receptions.
Yeah, so. Is that good enough for him, do you think?
No, but I don't know. They utilize him on offense, but that's the thing is, like, I don't think that going into this next season, Jaylen Mbakwe, I would say that he catches less than 25 catches. But I don't know because you have a whole different quarterback. Jaylen Mbakwe did look good on that catch, though. I did like that. And I saw him before the game look good at receivers. All right. All right, fam. I'm going to work on uploading Coach Kaylin DeBoer's press conference as soon as I can. And I'll upload that, and then maybe we'll chop it up, a little bit. Not happy about this. It was disappointing. I think Coach Kaylin DeBoer, a lot is on him. It's his first year. Let's see what happens in year 2 with the tougher schedule. Please hit the subscription button, and please hit the thumbs up on this video. I'm going to upload Coach Kaylin DeBoer. We'll watch it and expect that probably within like the next 15 minutes. Okay. I appreciate you guys. Thanks for being here. I love you guys. I appreciate you, man. You know what? Like, honestly, I just want to talk about the truth. So I'm going to sugarcoat this. And honestly, I just want to talk facts, and I'm open to your dialogue as well. The one thing that I'll never do to you, if you disagree with me or you have a really good point or I missed on something, I would never, ever, ever belittle you. So come with it. This is an open community, and I love comments. So don't ever come over here and feel like just because you have a different point of view that I'm going to ever belittle you. I'm going to always treat you with respect, 100%. All right. I appreciate you guys. I love you, and I'll catch up with you soon right here on Bama Football on YouTube. See ya.